Okay, so now what I got here is just a half round file. This is a different one because it's got a bit more extreme curve to the back of it. And I've wrapped some 60 grit, which is what's on here, around it. And I'm just gonna, now I use outside, I've got a piece of 3-inch PVC pipe that I put in a vise outside with one of the Black & Decker workmates that I use. So you need to understand that what I did was I dumbed down my tools a little bit in order to show you what I'm doing. The whole idea is that you're just finding something that's got a bit of a curve to it so that you can sand this contour into the scale. That's all you're doing. You can do it with anything. I just happen to be using what I've got to hand, which is this file. And I could actually, if I wanted to, I could go right there on the file itself. If I had to remove a lot of material. But if you look, there's not that much material that I have to remove. So I'm not in need of that. But I can take and use this to get the shape that I'm after. Matter of fact, if I wanted to, I could take this file, and I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to file away just a bit by hand. Understand, this is making do with what I have, and you have to understand something else. The tools don't make the man. The tools do not make the woodworker. They don't make the worker. What makes the worker is his work. Whether or not he can take what he has and produce something worthwhile with it. So laugh if you want at my setup right now and at what I'm doing. But I will have the last laugh, and you will be amazed at how beautiful a set of scales I'll make. With these primitive tools. And I'm just going to file this until I think that it is as even as I can get it. And right now you see I'm using the flat. The edges of this file will cut fast. And they'll cut right along. They'll follow that contour. Make everything nice and flat. Alright. That's as close as I can get, I think. Let me see this to have any kind of lip or anything here. No. So let me smooth this transition right here. See, when you're doing work like this with stuff like this, you really need to look every step of the way. To make sure that everything is good to go. I'm going to take some of this 60 grit and do that right there. Oh yeah. And you know, the reason that I started this segment on my channel is because, you know what, the home hobbyist, the guy that's, you know, he's got the money to go through the flea market and pay $5, $8, $10 for an old straight razor, and then he takes it home and he's not got hardly any tools to work with, and feels like he can't do anything really. I need a pro that's got all these, got the belt sander and the drill press and all like that. I really can't do it by myself. Yeah, you can. Watch this. It ain't, I'm not a pro. This ain't pro stuff. And I'm not, claiming that, but I can tell you that after I get done with this set of scales, they'll look just as nice as a guy that had a belt sander and all the right tools to do it. And I'm just using my hand and some sandpaper and smoothing everything out, making everything look good, making sure everything looks like it mates as much as I can possibly make it, and every contour is nice and smooth and square or straight and level and even, and there's no and so I need to attack that with a file. But everything make sure that everything looks like it mates up well. Want every corner smoothed and rounded so that this thing looks really good and nice and solid. That is, if I can get it, that is going to do her there. So now what I'm going to do is I need to drill these pilot holes. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the side that I believe is more centered. That's this side. And those marks look like they're good and centered within the pattern. And so I'm going to take a drill. Hold on one second. A drill with a 16th inch drill bit. what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of this cassette tape, and the reason I've got that cassette tape here is I'm going to set my drill bit in there, and I'm going to try to eye up, because I know that that corner and side is square. I'm going to kind of try to use that because I don't have a drill press. And I want to drill as straight and as centered a line, or as straight and as centered a hole as I possibly can. So I'm going to use that corner just to kind of use it to eye the drill so that I get a centered hole. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand away all my pin marks and stuff like that. Let me put my drill out of the way. And my cassette tape. And I'm going to just sand on it. And not let it fly away like I just did. But I'm going to sand on it. Until all my pin marks, ink marks, whatever it is that you would like to call them, until they are all gone. And I've got clean wood. Alright. Fairly centered. Fairly good to go. Now we've got to separate this. And the best way that I found to separate this, excuse me a minute, is to take a razor blade and some of that. Let that soak in a bit. The lighter fluid dissolves the glue joint. So that I don't run the risk of splitting the wood, this thin wood, stuff like that, trying to get it apart. It comes apart really easy. And then you just peel this stuff off. Matter of fact, what I would normally do, and what I'm going to do, is just I've never had this do this before, but the tape is coming apart in pieces. Usually you can just peel it right off of there without a lick of trouble. Now, that's not the case. That's alright, because it will come off. The lighter fluid will take care of that. And if you look, it'll kind of give you a bit of an idea of the way the wood is going to look. If you do this whole side, I mean, look at that. Look at that wet. That just lovely. That's going to be beautiful once you get a finish on it. And I'm just cleaning. No, I'm out of camera range. Maybe I need to get back in camera range. Let's tilt up just a hair. And I'm just cleaning the thing. Cleaning it. Getting the residue of the glue off of it. All like that. So that it's ready to go. And there they are. Pretty well mated together. It's moving around on me. Trying to get it pretty well mated together, pretty well even. And yeah. Then I need to look at it, and I've chosen the sides that I want on the outside, and I want to put a little X so that I know that's on the inside of the scale. Alright. Stay tuned.